Hello, welcome to therapy. This course is devoted to grief. When we lose something or someone close and important to us, we pass through the grieving process. This isn't just about the death of a loved one. Grief is a necessary process when we break up with our partner, or if our parents get divorced, if we get fired from a job we loved, or even if we move to another town. It's the response to loss of something or someone to which a bond of affection was once formed. A model of grief acceptance was developed by Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, and this course is based on that model in many ways. Kubler-Ross studied how terminally ill people see death and determined the 5 stages of grief. As you go through this course, you'll learn to track these stages and ease your experience of each one. Are you ready to start? Then let's begin the first session. When we lose something, the world we're used to falls apart. We ask ourselves, how do I go on living? Everything around us seems strange, unpleasant, even unbearable. We try to avoid unpleasant emotions. We spend less time with others and stop doing things that remind us of what we've lost. This can often be accompanied by excessive drinking or compulsive rituals like going through a loved one's things and photos. People don't want to descend into sadness, melancholy, and powerlessness. However, this is the healthy way to get through a loss. It's important to go through the grieving process and not shelve our feelings. Cognitive behavioral therapy methods help us do that. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross determined the following stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. In sessions 2 to 6, you'll learn about each of the stages in detail. However, the grieving process doesn't always follow this path. It's more like a pendulum swinging from one stage to another. For example, you might feel anger after acceptance. And this is okay. Just go back to the session of the course that suits your condition at the moment. In this course, we will also deal with cognitive biases that might occur at each stage of the grieving process. Cognitive biases are thinking distortions that don't correspond to objective reality. These distortions are often exacerbated in emotionally tense periods. Grieving is a complicated process. Everyone passes through it in their own way. The time of grieving and duration of the stages is always individual. The outcome is always the same. The grief subsides. But if you feel that you can't cope with the loss on your own, please see a specialist. Listen to the sessions carefully and complete all of the exercises. By the end of the course, you'll see how the stages replace each other, and then you will move on to acceptance and recovery.